Dr. Finke?
I got nothing.
No? Okay.
Okay, guys, hold on. I think we may be going live, so let's.
Okay, I'm gonna stop my video now.
All
Yep.
right.
All right, we are going live right now. So it says we are live. I'm just going to go into YouTube to make sure it's under the right settings. And if you all can just mute your screens. Okay. And it looks like I'm going to have to send this email out through Emerge that we have a new link because I don't know why that's not working. Patrick, it's all good, but the settings to go live on the custom link was not activated before this Zoom call. So I'm going to have to post. We have 34 people waiting. Let me go to.
If I go to that other address and put in the link, will that work?
No, hold on. All right, I'm going to have to send something out through Emerge. Contacts, final program, SOA. Hello, here is the link to view the live stream. We are now live. Okay. I'll send this out right now. Okay, that's been queued. So we're going to do that. I'm going to share this streaming link in the chat. Just shared it. So now you have the link. So if you go ahead and mute the link that's sent to. Okay, that's been. You're going to have to mute that, but if you click the link and just mute it, you'll be able to see. And I'm going to I'm going to post in the old link. Please go to this new link to view stream.
All right, so I muted that other link.
All right, so Patrick, are you on the new link?
I don't know, I clicked it. Let's see, hold on.
We have 6 people watching, 7 people, so it looks like that's working. All right, well, hi, everybody. This is Mr. King. We will get started with the live stream shortly. We had some technical difficulties, so that's why we pushed over to a new link, but we will get started. So we have 23 people watching, and I will wait until we will get started. Okay.
Can you hear me, Matt?
Now I can.
Okay.
So I just posted the updated link so you can see the questions that they're asking.
Okay.
All right, we are going to. Great, so we've got 33 people.
Matt, I am not seeing questions. I
Yep.
can,
So I don't know why it's not letting me do the questions. Well, what we can do is we can go ahead and start the call, Mr. Cifuentes, and I'll turn my webcam off, and I will figure out that technical difficulty. But we can go ahead and get this call started
all right.
because it looks like we have 43 people watching. So we'll go ahead and get started, and
Good.
I'll figure that part out.
Good. Well, thank you and welcome, everyone. I'm glad you could join us tonight. We are looking forward to having a wonderful school year. It is going to be a little bit different from years past, but I think it'll be pretty awesome. So while we are getting the question chat box up and running, let me just run through a few items, and I think that will answer some. I'm happy to recycle and come back to them as well. So let's start. First of all, the goal is to be in school this year. We really want to see our students. We want to see them in person. We're tired of seeing students on Zoom. So the goal is to be in school. And to be in school, we have to be healthy. We have to be safe about how we go about everything. So everybody will be in masks, students and staff. The other part of that is watching social distancing, whether we're inside, whether we're outside. It's important to remain and keep social distancing. Part of that, it really starts at home. So students need to take their temperature at home. If there's any kind of symptom, no aspirin to hide the fever or anything like that, anything, sore throat, cough, any of those symptoms, the student really does need to stay home. If I'm aware of places where somebody showed up thinking it was okay, and then suddenly there's a few people with COVID. So the goal is to be safe, to keep everybody healthy, and that way we can have in-person instruction. So the hybrid schedule was designed to maximize the time in the lab, and the academics are virtual. I think, looking back at last year, our academic teachers, number one, are really good, and they're better than good. And they also had a lot of success with helping students remotely. The nice thing is with students coming in to school 2 days a week, there's help available. And what they can do is pull a student from the class. If a student needs to see the teacher, they can arrange to make an appointment. There's a lot of communication between the art teachers, the academic teachers, in order to help the students succeed. So we want to maximize their time in class, but academics are very important as well. That's how students will graduate, and then, but that help will be available. I'm going to talk about Fridays very quickly. So Friday is what we call Fifth Day Experience Day. Second semester, the students, and we'll talk a lot more about this as the year comes, but they have an opportunity to sign up for things and do different just learning growth opportunities. For the first semester, it's teacher driven. So the teachers really are in control of that. There will be no students coming to schools on Fridays in August. The Friday in August will be used to kind of help us get even more prepared for this year. But it'll be by teacher invite when students are there on Friday. Maybe it's Mr. Davison here. Hi, Pete. Glad you could join us. Also, Anne-Marie Kawadi Bogan is on this call. She's here to help answer questions when we get that live chat. You guys can wave hi whenever you get a chance. So anyway, on Friday, it will be teacher driven. Our teachers may invite the students to come in and get a little extra help. The academic teachers could either set up a one-on-one Zoom meeting and help with the student, or maybe the student wants some help and talks to the teacher, or the student needs more help, and then Friday is available. So that's a little bit about Fridays. There'll be more information that comes out, and it won't just happen on Thursday that the students are there on Friday. So what will happen is about a week in advance, the teachers will communicate the need for students to get some help. Transportation. So there's been some questions on transportation, and it's different for every district. So the best thing to do is to call your home school district. If you live in Hamilton, you'll call the Hamilton Transportation. If you live in Madison, you call Madison's Transportation Department. They can give you information about where to catch a bus, or when the bus stop, may come by your house. Some schools, you have to get to the high school, but call the transportation office of your home school. They can answer your questions about the who, the when, the where, getting to School of the Arts. At the end of the day, bus riders will have people that will direct them to their bus. You want to get to your bus as quickly as you can. Once we get in the flow, the buses do leave pretty quick. It's about a 3-minute from dismissal to when the buses leave. They have to get back. They have to get their routes going. So it's really important that, when that dismissal happens, students get to the bus. The thing is, early on, we will dismiss a little bit earlier, give the students a chance to get to the buses, and there's lots and lots of help. This week, we have had students coming in to pick up their schedule, to get their mask, water bottle, hand sanitizer, other paperwork information. So a few questions on schedule. Number one, if you have health or PE on your schedule, mostly PE, and you have a waiver, and it's on your schedule though, the PE, don't panic. It's easy to take care of. What will happen is you have to make sure you have completed the PE waiver form, turn it into your homeschool counselor. Once it's on your transcripts, I take away the class. Once I know it's turned in and they say it'll work, I can take away the class. Don't worry, you're not going to fail the class. It's not going to go on your transcript. It's just, it is there until we know that credit is going on your transcript, and you're fine, because you have to have it to graduate. So if that's the case, communicate with me. I've already answered some emails on that. Just let me know. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Mrs. Bishop Baldwin will be working with our students this year, and we'll be transitioning to the schedule questions. For the time being, ask your questions of me. I'll help you with that, and we'll be set. But when we return to school, Mrs. Bishop Baldwin will be helping with that quite a bit. Sent out an email about forms with the student number that is required to fill out those forms. That information, there's information on the website, and if you pick it up, your schedule and whatnot, then we also gave you a paper packet to help complete those forms. It's really important that those forms are completed. If students have that completed before or by August 10th, we do something called Kickboard. It's a little awards program. You will get some bonus Kickboard points from Mrs. Eversole. Mrs. Eversole is an awesome school secretary, and trust me, she wants to make sure things go well for you. So one of her key points is get those forms in so we can take care of business and get going. I talked about masks. I talked about social distancing. It's important to make sure we wash hands. It's important to make sure we, the hand sanitizer when we go in and out of classrooms. It's just really super important to make sure that we're practicing those healthy hygiene habits. This is brand new. Nobody has really seen this yet. Picture Day is Thursday, August 20th for those students who will be in attendance. And it's also Monday, August 24th. So we don't have makeup day yet, but let's just do it this way. Let's make sure we're in school on those who attend Tuesday, Thursday, August 20th, and those who attend Monday, August 24th will be your picture day. Your first day of school, when do you attend school? So if you attend school on Tuesday, Thursday, you will come to school on Tuesday, August 11th. That is the first day of the school year. That's the initial day. If you attend school on a Monday, Wednesday, your first day of the school year is Wednesday, August 12th. You can get one more day to sleep in, I guess. So Tuesday, Thursday students, you will be there on Tuesday, August 11th. The Monday, Wednesday students, your first day is Wednesday, August 12th. And then your next day will be the following Monday. So just so you know that. Oh my gosh, I'm going to school. Where do I go? What do I do? Well, it's real simple. We will have people out in the hallway, in the parking lot. We're going to direct you to your lab. So where you did your interview, that's where you will go for when you get to school. So with the social distancing, we're not gathering in the lobby because usually don't social distance. Not gathering in the multi-purpose room. So what will happen though is you'll go to your lab, and that's where you'll start your day. This year, I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of people, and they're excited. We are excited too. Like I said to start, we can't wait to see you face to face. Mask or no mask, with a mask, we can't wait to see you face to face. But one thing that about that is, oh wow, brain cramp. I forgot where I was going with this. Yes, being there by 7:40. That's when school starts. So you don't want to be in the parking lot by 7:40. You want to be a little bit closer, and you want to be in the classroom by that time. So we are looking forward to seeing you. I will send another email out communication about your first day of school, just in case there's any kind of question. You will know your first day of school. So that will be coming out at some point. And this is a time delay, so it's kind of funny to watch this. So Matt, I'll know your reaction when you hear this part about do we have the chat up yet? And if there are any pressing questions. So again.
Yeah, we do. I've actually posted them in your Zoom comments, Mr. C. So
okay.
if you'll
I
view
can
that,
tell you what they are, Mr. C.
Yes.
So there was a question of when will we know what level we're in dance and what days we go to school. So I think you've answered that.
Yeah, but I'll answer it again. So dance is broken into 3 levels, and it's basically kind of where are you and what are you ready for the next step. So we have level 1. I want to jump back to my screen that has all that information on, so I don't say this wrong. Level 1 is on Monday and Wednesday. So there was an email that went out and told you you'll come to school on Mondays and Wednesdays. Level 2 and 3 are on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you will get that information. You should already have it, but it's going to be sent out again. So Monday, Wednesday, I'll say this in terms of paying attention to the level, don't pay too much attention to it. It's where Mrs. Mangino looked, and it's like, where do you go to that next step to get better and to help you become the best dancer that you can be. So you have that email Monday and Wednesday for level 1. That will be sent again, and level 2, Tuesday and Thursday. Great question.
Next question is several people had Zoom interviews and they've never actually seen the school or the studio, and they were wondering if they could come in and see it before their assigned day.
So if you can put in the chat room my email address, and I would say to those people, email me. So we're not really opening the building to everybody to come on in and look at that, but we can do that by appointment. The Zoom interviews, very interesting. And again, I know what my brain cramp was. So when you come in, we will have people there that'll help guide you to the classroom where you're going to go. So for you that never interviewed in the classrooms, we will have some people to guide you. And if you can, please email me. I will get back with you tonight and let you know what kind of a time. It may be sort of a small group. Tomorrow's a busy day, Monday's a busy day, but yes, we can make sure something happens.
Okay, next question is, can we pick up our schedule and masks and when?
So there was a communication that went out about that. Hopefully you did receive it. If you didn't, we will make sure that we get that going. So schedule, and I will say the schedule really is the list of classes you are taking. Because we're operating on a flex day with a twist, you're really in art the whole day, and that's where you are. It's just really what academic classes you are taking. And I can tell you, the vast majority of incoming students will be taking government and econ and environmental science, unless we have emailed about other classes. And then the seniors are taking senior English and probability and statistics. Remember, we're on a block. You will take the English 3 juniors and Algebra 2, in most cases, second semester. So the schedule really isn't like where you're going and everything along that line, but you can. Mrs. Eversole is there tomorrow. She works, her hours are from, I'd say probably from 8 to 3. We have that, I'd say be there by 2 o'clock. And if you can call first, great. If not, that way we can make sure that she's looking for you, can pull it in advance.
Hey, Mr. C, can you talk about real quick the individual live Zoom calls that are happening on Friday?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So on Friday, if you went to the Butler Tech website, and you know what, I'm no longer the host where I can pull up and share the screen. However, on the Butler Tech website, where you go back to what, and you click on that, there's some places where you signed up for your program to meet the teacher on this Friday. So Pete will be hosting a Zoom, I believe it's at 6, and it's just a chance to get a little FaceTime with the teacher. They're by RSVPing on that. That's how you get the email for that. So Cy will be addressing theater and vocal students. Jody will meet with dance, Pete with the instrumentalist, and Mrs. Ruby with visual artists. So they're either at 6 or 6:30. And if, again, my email's in there. If you're not sure how to get that, once you go to the Butler Tech website, click on back to what, go to, there it is, go to right here, School of the Arts. Once you click on that, here's your program, and you pick which one that your child's in, or you're the student, you pick which one you're in, and you will get a link and you will be able to join that Zoom call. So it's either tomorrow at 6 or tomorrow at 6:30. Thank you, the wizard behind the curtain, Mr. King.
Can you talk about honors and AP courses?
Yeah, so all of our courses are college prep. So they're all college prep. If you want to take an AP course, we really don't have an AP class teacher. We have one who's certified in AP and has taught that before. She's actually new, Mrs. Foles. But we have what's CCP courses. Now, information went out about that in the spring, and there's a timeline for that. So if you wanted to sign up for a CCP, that window is pretty much closed. Now, if you want to take a CCP English class, if you're a junior, your English is second semester. So I will email me. I'm going to forward it to Mrs. Bishop Baldwin, and we'll see if we can make that happen. But with all the acceptance and everything else, and basically you're accepted as a college student for a CCP course, those timelines have gone by, and a lot of that is on what they decide whether to accept a student. So I will say this, even though we're talking about next year right now, looking ahead, in January, there will be a CCP meeting. That's when, and every school does this, that's when they will go over the process, the timelines. And so you want to make sure you attend that, whether it's at Butler Tech or at the home school. Could be by Zoom this year, but you want to do that. So if you are looking for a course like that, send me an email and I'll get Mrs. Bishop Baldwin in contact with you, and then we can see what happens.
On the schedules, what does ME and CA and MSEA mean?
Okay, so those are your art classes. I'm going to try to remember and get all of them. Music, ensemble, and composition. You would see that if you're in instrumental music or if you're in vocal. It's ensemble and composition. I'm not sure what, can you repeat the other one again?
CA? Is it CA? I thought
You
that's
know what? Let me just run through the courses.
Okay.
So all the juniors coming in will take a business class, Business of Arts and Communication. So Business of Arts and Communication, all juniors take. Our music students this year, it's ensemble and composition. Visual artists, you're taking, I'm having another brain cramp. It's, anyway, I think this one actually says it, but you're taking an art class. It is the, oh, wow. I'll come back to that one in a minute. Let me pull up a schedule and see. But it is a, like I said, you're taking art. Dance is going to be choreography this year, along with your business class. So let's see here. There you go, new window. Wow, everybody disappeared. There you are. You're back. I know it begins with a V. What else you got, Anne Marie?
Student parking.
Student parking. So if you email me, what I will do is send that to Mrs. Eversole, or you can look on the website for a parking form. Right now, you fill that out. With this crazy year, it is one of those things where it is getting parking. So the form, you need a driver's license, obviously, proof of insurance, and there's not really an assigned space at this point. So it is, as you come in, you can get that form. If you do drive that first day, stop by the office, get a form from Mrs. Eversole, and she will have that for you. You fill that out, you bring it in. We will get parking totally straightened as we go, but there's plenty of parking there. So if you drive or want to drive to school, you need your license, have a copy of insurance card, see Mrs. Eversole, and she will be able to help you out there.
You also have to have your vehicle registration number.
Yes.
Let's see. Next question is, what does day one look like?
What does day one look like? So I'm going to tell you it's different from years past. However, what does different look like? Well, so you are going to come to school. You're going to go to your lab. And unfortunately this year, it's a good thing, but you will be there for a big part of your day. And you're not going to be stuck in that lab the first day. So we have something called crash course. So crash course is where we teach you about how to be a successful School of the Arts student. So if we have some special things planned, I don't want to ruin all the surprises, but you are going to get your computer. That's where completing those forms are very important. We can't give you a computer until what's called the AUP is completed. So make sure your forms are completed. And if you're having problems online, stop by the school and you can pick up a paper AUP and bring that back. We have to have that before we can give you a computer. Visual creation, that's what that other course is, visual creation. So anyway, all right, back to the first day of school.
Okay.
So the first day of school, you'll go to your lab. Teachers will have some meet and greet, some things along that line. Eventually, we're going to move you on to, in smaller groups, you'll get your computers. You're going to learn how to log on. You'll get your login information. You're going to learn about our email, Outlook, Schoology, all of those things that are so important to functioning at School of the Arts. In any normal year, this is really how we function. When we have flex days, invites, but we still need to be able to do that this year in order to, when a student needs help and how to set that up, we'll use that same system. So it's that first day, that first morning, we spend a lot of time there. Later on in the day, we start talking about some of the processes at School of the Arts. I will be coming around the buildings, talking about, or the classrooms, talking about some things, important reminders along that line. But you will be with your art teachers a big part of the day. The academic teachers will also come by, and they'll talk about their classes. They will introduce themselves. You know, one of the awesome things about School of the Arts is that the students and the teachers have this really great relationship. You know, as much as people miss being in school, eventually, you know, maybe that first week they like being home, the teachers really miss the students too. And so you will form a bond with them, even though it's virtual academics, but they will introduce themselves. You will meet some people. We have some special things that are kind of worked into it. One thing that will be different from years past is we've always mixed up all the majors and we put them in groups where they could start meeting other people from even different majors. We can't really do that this year because of the need to sort of isolate groups of students so that hopefully, knock on wood, nothing happens. But if somebody developed COVID, we don't have to close the whole school. We've been in communication with the health department. David Plotz, business manager for Butler Tech, doing an awesome job all summer long. We're still talking to the health department. And so if we have to quarantine some students, we don't want to quarantine everybody. So there's a little bit of a limit on that. But so some of those first days, you're going to meet teachers, you're going to get on your computers. There's some special activities. You'll introduce yourself to others. By the time you leave, you will have more friends than you imagine. If you're worried, like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to know anybody, everybody's in the same boat there, and you'll be fine.
What does it look like on Fridays?
So on Fridays, so let me answer this part first. So whatever days you're not coming to School of the Arts, whether it's Tuesday, Thursday, or whether it's Monday, Wednesday, you have work to do. We've been meeting with the teachers. We're talking about planning. We're talking about how to structure lessons so students and parents can find it and look at it. So when you are not in school, you have work. You have virtual assignments. You can email your teacher. You can get help. Now, don't email them at 5 o'clock in the evening, because guess what? They have a family they go home to as well. So during the day, you're working on something, you can email the teacher. They'll have office hours. There'll be structures in place. On Friday, as we get later into the year, again, past August, the teachers, this is first semester, the teachers Pete may say, hey, we're going to work on this music, and he may invite people in. And so you're in there and you're doing that. Mrs. Pullman, our intervention specialist, working with students, she might need to see some students some more, so they may come in as well. Academic teachers, and they can meet with you online too while you're home. Because like I said, this year is different. Who knew the challenges with having a vocal program in the middle of a pandemic? Anyway, the they may send an invite for the student to come in or set up a meeting to meet with the student through Zoom on Friday, just to make sure they're caught up, give them the help they need. So the first semester is really teacher driven. They will say, hey, I need you guys to come in with a week's notice. I need you to come in so we can work on this, or you can get help. And second semester, it's student driven. A student actually came in today, was talking about fifth day experience and how much she loved it. And then all of a sudden COVID hit, and she really missed that. So as we go through this year, October-ish, we'll probably start talking more about second semester fifth day experience, but it was pretty incredible for the students last year and staff.
Will there be singing in the vocal music program?
So we are continuing to work with the health department. When I say this year is different and how we've had performances on stage and live performances, right now, that is a no, we can't have that. So all of our teachers, dance is another one where, you kind of get the heart rate up and you breathe a little bit heavier. Theater, if you get real excited and project, so those water droplets can spread. So just last week, communicating with Cy, one thing we learned from last quarter was there's some equipment students need. So Pete has ordered some things to help with his program. Cy is ordering microphones that students are going to be issued, so when they're home, they can sing. We can go outside, we can do some singing with very social distancing outside. We may have to have a mask on in that case. So we have these rehearsal rooms and students can go in there. This is, as a matter of fact, this afternoon, we are still going back and forth with the health department. Everything they have kind of laid out, we can do, but it'll be in there. One student can sing, can record, can share with Cy, get feedback. And it's not just singing. I know the vocalists obviously want to sing, but it is, more about music, technique, doing different things along that line. So there will be some singing somehow. What it will totally look like, we are working with the health department. The initial conversation was, we have a vocal program. No, you can't sing. Well, wait a minute, and let's talk about what we do have in place. Just so you know, again, Dave Plotz has been awesome all year, all summer long. The filtration in Butler Tech has been turned higher, so it's turning over the air quicker. We have replaced typical filters with hospital grade filters. I think they filtered to 1 micron. So there's a lot of things in place. They've come across some sanitizer. So that is actually, it's bad for COVID, okay for humans. So it's actually sprayed on produce. So, it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to harm anybody. However, it's COVID and other things don't like it. So if a student is in a rehearsal room singing, one of our custodial staff will disinfect the entire space, the door, the ceiling, everything. And then after a little bit of time, here comes the next group. So we are looking forward. It will be different, but we'll get there.
Mr. C, I want to chime in real quick if I can. So most of our questions, and I really appreciate the questions, a lot of them are pretty extremely program specific. So I'll remind the group listening and watching that tomorrow you can have that opportunity to ask those really specific program specific questions tomorrow at 6 and 6:30, depending on what time your call starts. When it comes to health and safety, the leadership team as well as our superintendent did a call a couple weeks back that we have pre-recorded on the website. It is almost 6:40, so I want to respect everyone's time. I see that questions are still coming in. Feel free to answer any of those or respond to any questions that you may have. But remember, any specific program questions should be asked for tomorrow.
Thank you, Matt. Can you put up the link again on how to sign up for the teachers program in case they haven't?
Yeah, absolutely. So we sent an email to all of you, I want to say a couple days ago, that had the link to RSVP, or not RSVP, but to access your Zoom call with your instructor. And so that link is butlertech.org/teacher-zooms. I'll also post that in the comments of this, but it says select your campus for Zoom call. So you'll click on the School of the Arts and you can actually see the times when those are occurring. Okay, so it looks like instrumental music is at 6, same with visual art and design at 6 p.m. Then theater and vocal music and dance are happening at 6:30. So if you actually click on those links, it'll pop up a Zoom call. So that's kind of how that works. You don't RSVP for these like you did in the past. You just click on it and it'll open it up. We'll send a reminder email and I will post the link, but it's butlertech.org/teacher-zooms. I'll also post that in the link in the chat right now.
Thank you. The next question is on the schedules where it says days, there are numbers. What does that mean?
So that is a technical issue with our scheduler. So I'm the person that works on the schedule. It was a beautiful schedule and it would have been awesome. But then when I had to make changes, so for attendance purposes, I made, I created new sections, what they're called. So for those going to school, people are already assigned. Seniors, your advisory, what we call an advisory, is with your art teacher. Juniors are split up between the academic teachers. So I had to go in there and revise that because everybody's going to their lab teacher. So on some schedules, it'll say Monday, Wednesday. Those are the new sections, and that's what, so if you are there Monday, Wednesday, you're probably going to see that for advisory. If you see advisory and B108, that's you're going to Pete's room. If you see, size room, B110, you're going to Pete's room. So you really don't have to worry about that too much. It's really, that's a function of the program that we use.
Do they need to bring their instruments the first day of school?
So the first day of school, you will have some art time, but I would say Pete likely will be going over some different things, the class, how it works, getting to know each other. I don't think you're going to break out and start rock and rolling or playing your favorite tunes or showing your original music, playing your original music. So I would say, safe to say the first day of school, you can leave a musical instrument at home.
Okay. Will there be lockers available?
Yes and no. So we do have lockers. Right now, we're not using lockers and we're not going to assign lockers. So we don't really have class breaks, class changes, because you're in your art room with your teacher. Like I said, it's different this year. We're not going all over the building. There's some health protocols, like there's one person in the restroom at a time, and after that person leaves, it's sanitized. So there's some things we'll talk about there. It's a different year. So we're not issuing lockers because what happens? People go to lockers, people start talking. Maybe without a mask, somebody say, I need a break. There are mask breaks. I'll talk about that in a moment. But so I would say bring a backpack and you're going to have everything with you in your classroom. And if you end up going to academics, you can take it with you. And then when you go back to art, you take it with you. Mask breaks are built into the schedule. So this came up today with the student who came in to pick up schedule and water bottle and face mask. They are built into the schedule. And the teachers know they can take you outside for a mask break anytime they feel it's necessary. So if you go outside and it's mass break time, awesome. Spread out, make sure you stay apart from each other. But yeah, enjoy that fresh air, enjoy that time. But it is, it's built into the schedule the first few days, and the teachers can also take you outside if they need it.
Okay. If they missed getting their schedule, will they get it in lab on their first day?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
If they missed picking up their schedule because they couldn't get there for the appointment or an appointment time, can they pick up their schedule the first day of school?
Yeah, so your schedule, you get there, you'll go to your advisory, your lab class, you'll get your schedule right then.
Okay.
Picking up your schedule is more of a curiosity for a lot of students in terms of that. Again, but yeah, if you want to, you can get it beforehand. Otherwise, you'll get it first day of school.
Okay. Are there specific times that teachers are going to be online? For example, 9 o'clock, you have to meet with your teacher for math.
Yeah, they will set office hours where they're available. People will know, yes, I can get that help at that time if they're not in school. And there's also appointments that, you can email your math teacher, your English teacher. Hey, can I get some help? And they can also meet with you at that time. So yes, there will be set times, and yes, you can make an appointment.
Okay. In terms of lunch, can they go off campus? Will lunch be served in the cafeteria, or should they pack?
Great topic, one of my favorites. So lunch, we have a refrigerator. You can put lunch in there. We will have microwaves. You have an assigned area to eat lunch. It's pretty much by majors. There's different areas you go. If you're buying lunch, you actually go all the way down that one hallway to the cafeteria at D. Russell Lee. You'll be able to get a lunch. We learned a few years ago there's better selection when you go down there than having to pick and choose something that they put together. So you'll go down there, you'll get your lunch, and then you'll come back to a specific classroom. So if you, again, pack your lunch, we have a refrigerator and there are microwaves, and they will be clean in between everything.
Okay. Those are all the questions that we have.
Okay. Any other questions? Here's your chance. You can get almost an instantaneous answer. I will say this. We are excited to see every one of you, this year. It has been a long summer, but it was a long spring before that. The teachers are looking forward to every day. They would like to see 5 days a week, but our goal is to see you, give you as much lab time as possible to stay healthy, to stay safe. And so by following these protocols, we can do that. It's going to be an awesome year. Our teachers are that good. It will be an awesome year. Just help us make it an awesome year. And we are so looking forward to having you there.
Hey, Mr. C, we've got one question that came in that said, what do we need to turn in on August 10th?
So that is your paperwork. So Matt, can you share, go to the Butler Tech website and current students and the forms and everything, if you can get to that page. So there is forms can be completed online, and all the information is on there. You need your student's ID number. It begins with 999. And so if you go to top of let's see, probably.
Go to the top.
Oh, no, go down. I saw it.
I'm sorry.
So there's a couple ways to get there, but one more. So Progress Schoology, one more. Sign school forms online. So you need your student's ID number. It begins with 999. That information went to parents either this past weekend or last weekend. They're starting to run together. And so it has information. There's screenshots step by step on completing that process. But you need your student's ID number. So if you don't have that, you can send us an email. We'll get that to you. Or check your email that went out from us. And so it is by completing that form beforehand, that has the AUP. There's a link, another place for free and reduced lunch if you need to fill that out. If you're coming from a school and you have free and reduced lunch, you have to fill that out for Butler Tech. But that's where all the forms are. It's one spot. You go through step by step. And that is by August 10th. Mrs. Eversole has some kickboard points for you.
And Mr. C, final question, last question for the evening. What should a student bring on the first day of school?
Bring a great attitude. Bring your smile. Bring a positive energy. It is going to be an awesome year. So, you know, again, I don't want to get ahead of myself with some things that we're going to do, but every senior I have talked to, they cannot wait to get back to school. Every single one of them. They are so looking forward to it. They miss the teachers. Like I said, teachers miss them. So bring your positive attitude and be ready to have a great experience. It's, you know, it's very unique, and that's School of the Arts is a special place. Everybody that comes in there as a substitute or somebody who cleans our side of the building, they just talk about our kids, our students, how awesome they are. So bring that energy.
Well, great. Perfect. I'm going to end this call. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's almost 7 o'clock. Reminder that tomorrow you have your group classroom Zoom call with your instructor. You have the opportunity there to ask very specific questions about the first day of school and program specific questions. You can access that by looking at the link that was attached, butlertech.org/teacher Zooms, I believe is the link.
And Matt, we had one other comment that came in.
Okay.
This is actually from Mrs. Pullman, our intervention specialist. She says, Mr. C, great answer, but it would also be great for you to bring something to write with and write on. So write on.
Perfect. Hope don't write on your Gibson guitar. Bring a sheet of paper. So, well, perfect. This call has been recorded and will live on YouTube, and we'll send that out. Reminder that for any district-wide information, you can access butlertech.org/back-to-what. You all have that. Feel free to check your emails. And tomorrow on Friday is once again your independent group Zoom calls with your program specific instructor. You can ask them any specific questions. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to our panelists. And I see Mr. Davidson's chilling in his home studio, it looks like. So that's awesome. Mr. C, am I good to go ahead and end this call?
Yes, you are. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you next week. Can't wait.
Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and stop the